Hey everybody, this is John for MTG Nexus coming at you as quickly as I could with a variant of Boros Prowess featuring Clever Luminancer and Rip Apart. As a friendly reminder, if you do like modern content, especially of the red-based variety, please consider subscribing to the channel as we're going to be the most informative modern channel on YouTube. So, today's the big day. Strixhaven's finally legal on Magic the Gathering Online. Clever Luminancer, Rip Apart, all the hype for the Burn Prowess decks. People are already starting to work on it. Spike's starting to work on a Jeskai version. I see Doomwake is working on a Boros version of the deck. We're starting with a Boros deck, and this variant is kind of based around the build of Con of Darkir Spellvine at Spellvine on Twitch, giving full credit to them, as this is kind of the basis of the main deck. I tweaked a little bit of the numbers in the main deck, put the sideboard together, just kind of a bunch of thrown together cards, so we'll see how it goes. So, Clever Luminancer, new card from Strixhaven. Basically, it's somewhere between Kiln Fiend and Soulscar Mage in terms of power. It's an 0/1. Whenever you play an instant or sorcery, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Quite a very powerful card. Also pairs with the card Kiln Fiend quite nicely. This gives you two basically knockout cards that your opponent must answer or they're dead. Beyond that, you have the usual package of Monastery, Swiftspear, and Soulscar Mage that go in almost any type of Prowess, Shadow, whatever variant deck you're looking at. Beyond that, you have plenty of early interaction, things like Gut Shot, Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt. Very good for dealing with your opponent's small creatures. Like, I expect there to be a flood of these style of decks in the format, at least initially. 4 copies of Metamorphose, once again, pretty much standard fare in any type of Prowess deck. And then, since we're splashing white already, 3 copies of Boros Charm. 4 damage to the face, obviously quite nice. Permanence gained indestructible, quite nice when you're dealing with sweepers and such, or just random removal spells if your opponent doesn't sorcery speed it. Also, Double Strike with Clever Luminancer, quite powerful. 4 copies of Mutagenic Growth, might be too many. Protects your creatures quite nicely. Piles on the damage. Crash Through. Spellvine only had 1 in his list. I want 2 because we're playing Kiln Fiend and Clever Luminancer. Not a card you necessarily want to get flooded on, but you know, can punch through a bunch of chump blockers. And then 3 copies to lay up the stage, keep the gas flowing. That's the main deck. Entirely subjective. No one knows what the best deck is right now. That's why we're starting. Sideboard, 4 copies of Path to Exile. A bunch of people excited to try out creature decks. You know, important place to be. Soul Guide Lantern with Luris. Oh, once again, we are a Luris variant, so no Bedlam Revelers in this particular build. Whether that's correct, incorrect, don't know. This is what we're rolling with. 2 copies of Soul Guide Lantern gives you a little bit of outs to things like Dredge, Ups All Spells, etc. And is a decent value card with Luris in the mid-game against some of the more controlling decks. 2 copies of Core Firewalker in case we run into a bunch of mirror matches or burn decks. 2 copies of Rip Apart. Powerful card. Sorcery speed. Kind of sucks. We're playing a Prowess deck. We want to play most of our crap at sorcery speed or during our combat step anyway. This is an Abrade Splash Disenchant Split card. So, nothing to complain about here. 2 copies of Deflecting Palm, maybe a little bit cheeky. Pretty good against shadow decks, pretty good against mirror matches. And another card that people are going to look at and go, huh? Flame of Keld. So I was looking for a source of card advantage. You know, obviously you could play Abbot of Carol Keep, you could play any number of things, but we're a Luris deck. So I figured, why not give this one? 1, discard your hand. Saga 2, draw 2 cards. Turn 3, if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, deals twice that much. Now, obviously, this doesn't play particularly well with Clever Luminancer, but it does make your Lava Darts, your Lightning Bolts, your Boros Charms that much more threatening in the mid to late game. And then finally, Luris, because why not? That said, let's get into some matches and see how this brew does. We are back for match number 1 with Boros Prowess. Want to play very Luris deck, because why not? And there is the card of the hour. Definitely keeping. Does our opponent have an immediate answer? like that answer is no. So we're just going to jam here. Set up for next turn. No reason to attack here. If we draw a land next turn, we could easily kill them. So we might be up against Jund. Collective Brutality would be a little rough. Just tap out for like a Goyf or something stupid. This looks like a Brutality. What is it with main deck brutalities lately? Nope, Cathartic. Alright. So we're up against the Dredge Menace. Alright. It's going to go red, red. Play a Swift Spear. I think Squat Chief mentioned that Moto was being a little laggy today. Does seem like that is in fact the case. Pretty sure. Wait, red. Target creature gains double strike. Good game, well played, my friend. Alright, turn 3. Just dumpster fired. Alright, so reality. We want Soul God Lanterns, because Dredge a thing. Path to Exile might be in consideration here. Deflecting Palm is like, Core Firewalker, not particularly interesting. Rip Apart, maybe. Cards are we not interested in this style of deck right now? Shave like one Kiln Fiend on the draw. Shave like a Lutz. Go with that. Got to admit, that was as impressive of a start as a card's gonna get. It didn't do anything on turn 2, and then dealt 12 damage on turn 3. So, all right. This hand is reasonable. Don't have any hate. Do you think this is a hand we keep, though? Okay. Opponent fetching. Blood Crypt. Forestry corn, sure. Lumimancer. Alright, I mean, that's a pretty good one, right? So our opponent hits here. Bloodghast and a Cathartic Reunion. Upkeep. No, nothing during the upkeep. Okay. There's the Bloodghast, sure. +2/+2, yeah, sure. We can't quite protect it from Lightning Axe because Lightning Axe is 5 damage. Moto is definitely a little bit laggy today. Decent chance we can set up lethal next turn. Amoeba and a chill, sure. Upkeep Dredge. Apparently not. Alright. Okay. Does that even matter? I think the answer is currently no. Alright. Let's cast Lutz, see what we can find. Let's do some math. Swift Spear comes 7. Lava Dart 8, 9, 10, 11. Mutagenic Growth 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that correct? Okay. 7 damage. 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I think... Obviously, Creeping Chill could throw this off, but I don't think we can play around that right now. Alright. Nice! Luminancer did its thing game 1. Game 2, we just turn 3'd him anyway. Nice.